welcome back to another episode from the Veg Grower Podcast. I'm just looking in on my greenhouse and it's looking a bit like it needs a wipe down to get rid of some of this algae that seems to be growing. Although that might need going on the inside as well, looking at that. So yeah, it's on the inside, so I'll go inside and do that quickly. Anyway, coming up today, got a couple of clips. Firstly, going to take you down the plot, down the allotment, that is. That's better on the inside. Down the allotment, and just a couple of little videos and clips of a few things I've been doing down there today. One of those days that everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. Well, that's not strictly true, I'm making that worse than it sounds. Anyway, let's put this clip up now, and after that you can join me in the potting shed. I've got a few more things to do. Well, hi everyone. Down the allotment, as you can see, you've just seen a clip. I'm over that side where I've just planted out some spinach, beet, and some cabbage into the ground, covered them in netting and watered them in, and what have you. But I'm having one of those days today that everything that could go wrong seems to be going wrong. So I got here this morning and I drove up to the gate and I saw a car in front, well, two cars in front of the gate. Woman comes out and says we can't get in. Somebody snapped the key in the lock and left it. So we spend the next half hour, we have to take the gate off the hinges in order to get in. So, wasn't best impressed with that, but it happens. It's one of those things. So, the next thing I think, I'm going to come here, and I'm planning on building this bed that I'm doing at the moment. This is going to be where my red, white and black currants are going to go. So yesterday I was at home all day. I'm on call, so it's a bit difficult to judge what I'm going to be able to do, but seeing as it was quite a nice hot day, I thought I'd spend a bit of time at home and just get things, basically get these pallets that I use for this cut down, painted and dry. All my beds here are made out of pallets basically. So I worked out how many I would need for today to get this bed built and how many of these stakes I would need. Now I'm going to need more for the next bed, which will be done next week. But I just thought if I can crack on and get at least this side done, I'll be happy. Except I've got my maths wrong. I'm going to be short of this bed by 2 stakes and 2 of these bits of wood. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to build this today, what I can. Go home and have to make some more. so that during the week I can come down here and get it built. Bit annoying, very annoying, but hey ho, I can't let it bother me. Some ways I'm running a little low on screws anyway, so I'll have to nip off and buy some more soon. Oh well, I can't complain, well I can complain, but who cares, no one's gonna do anything about it. I've just got to crack on with it. Anyway, I think it's safe to say spring is very close now. Things are really looking like they're showing signs of life. I know that many of these beds don't look quite there, like they're as straight as they should be, but I quite like the idea of them being a bit screwy in some ways. I just feel it feels a bit more like how I want it to feel, really. It just feels more rustic, more homemade, more like an allotment, I guess. I was feeling an allotment should be made out of stuff that is recycled. Although scaffold builds are the best thing to use, I will admit, for these. But these pallets have cost me nothing, and I can get hold of loads of them. Soil's nice and easy to dig today, that's a good thing. That's why I haven't really been able to do this area. Because it's been a little bit... I should have dug this out before I put that wood in. See what I mean by one of those days. Yeah, this soil is quite a heavy clay. So during the summer it gets really, really hard, which is why I kind of do the whole raised bed thing. It works for me. Let me move that spade out of the way. I'm being a bit stupid there. I'll probably have an accident if I'm not careful. There we go, perfect. a bit tough, this bit right here. There we go. So I think it's going to need slight adjustment. Let's have a look. It's not too bad actually. That side's okay. I think that side just needs to come up a bit. As I say, I'm not too worried about it looking pristine and perfect. That's just not how I work. God. Okay, so let's, where would the next holes be? Let's dig that before I do anything else. And here. The next one will be here. Let's have a look at the editing time. Oh, hi everyone. Sorry, I had to stop the video pretty quickly there. I saw a gentleman just walking down the road and I could tell he was going to stop and talk. So I thought I could stop quickly and have a bit of a chat. As it turns out, he was walking down to say hello because he actually watches these videos. So really pleased to hear about it. Somebody watching them on my plot. So yeah. That was good. Well, I've done all I can do with this bed for today. I've got to go home and sort my maths out with his calculations and redo this bit. Well, make that bit that should go in just along here in between. That way I've got 3 different sections. That'll be the red, white and black currant bushes going in there. So what will happen now, as I say, I'll go home and build that and paint it and let it dry. During the week I'll come down and clear all the weeds out, all the bits of grass, although it's quite a bit of it is done. Lay cardboard down and then fill it with the compost and the horse manure ready to go. Okay, well, here I am everyone, back in the potting shed. That was an eventful day down the allotment, to say the least. Gate went open, so they had to take it off the hinges to let everyone in and out. Somebody had snapped the key in the lock. And then I done my maths wrong and hadn't made enough of the wood pieces up to make the bed in, but I've now done that and they're drying out there, so during the week they'll be in and that bed will be built, just needs filling. And a very nice gentleman, I didn't catch his name, so if you're watching I do apologise, I was a bit thrown off, shall we say. But very kindly he said he watches my videos, so really pleased for that. Anyway, so before I started filming, what have I been doing? Well, I decided I was going to pot on some seedlings. I am running out of space. I've moved some into the greenhouse of my onions and seeing how they're going to get on. If they're okay for the next week, all the onions that I've got in here are going to go out there. All the ones that were sown or potted on a couple of weekends ago. So in order to save space, I decided I'll use these things. Now I've had these again for a while, as you can tell by the amount of cobwebs. But I was given them from my mother-in-law, one of my mother-in-laws, a while back, and I've never put them to use. And so today I potted on the aubergines into them, and the onions. Now I've got to say, I don't think they're going to last long in there, so probably next weekend I'll go into something a bit bigger. I've also potted on the dill into, I've got about 3 pots of these, so that's good. And then I've potted on also cauliflower into these. Again, all these I think are next weekend are going to actually be potted on into some bigger pots. But that's okay, because it was Valentine's Day the other day. So what did my wife give me? A pack of these. We don't really do go mad on Valentine's Day with each other with other things in the pipeline. But she got me these, and we're well happy with them as a gardener. So when I get a bit more space in here, things will be potted on into those. They'll be used up in the weekend, I'd imagine. And then what I did, quite simply, I sown some seeds. Now, I sown some shallots Simeon. I've heard a lot of good things about these, used by Michelin starred chefs, so I'll be interested to see how they get on. Some tomato red cherries, one of those stupid packets. Some chilies hopscotch. And then I pronounce it oregano, but some people say oregano. I've sown some of those, so that'll keep me going. Then moving on, what I'm going to do now, I bought a piece of ginger a while back, well, a few weeks ago. Read the packet and it doesn't, and been having it, but last night I've soaked this in water overnight, as I saw somebody on YouTube actually recommend that, and that's going to be potted into this, which I'll do right now. Done. All I've got to do is add some more compost to it, and I'm going to grow that on indoors. Now, the other thing I'm going to do, I've got some parsnip seeds here, and I'm going to chit them. So my understanding is I've got a pot here with some damp, what's it called, kitchen roll. These are the parsnip seeds, if you can see that okay. I'm going to scatter those over the kitchen roll. Let's use the whole packet up because I want to. Right, and that is going to go in the airing cupboard, and hopefully that should start to put out roots. That's the theory. I had a few weeks ago when I was digging up parsnips, I think it was Brian, or was it, I can't remember who it was now, somebody commented and told me how to do it, and so suggested, so I know who you are. You comment quite often. I'm just useless if I forget names. Thank you for telling me this. I will be reporting back and seeing how it's doing. Sweet potatoes around there, they're not really doing much. But again, indoors, we had an avocado the other night, and I've done the same thing with a seed of putting it in the water over the thing. So I meant to bring that out to show you. I've forgotten, but I'll show you that next week anyway. Okay, and Sunday morning I had a question from Nick from Nick's Allotment. If you haven't had a look at his videos, well worth a look. Very good, great videos. So highly recommend it. And he asks what I was mixing in with my compost last week. Well, I was actually mixing in perlite, which I keep in this cereal box, and it looks a bit like that. It's very, very light stuff, very light. I believe it's actually used in the building trade in some cases as like a insulation material. But yeah, I'm mixing that. I do about 2 parts seed sowing compost to 1 part perlite, give or take. And the reason I do that, I used to use the perlite as like a seed blanket above the seed soil. Because it's so light, the seeds would break through it easy. That was my understanding. I've now started mixing it in with a compost as a moisture retainer, because it absorbs moisture and holds onto it, and then when if the soil gets dry, it'll wick it out of the perlite. So that's why I've done that. And yeah, Nick, hope that answers your question for you. I don't profess to be the most knowledgeable person about these sort of things, but I do these things, I try them, and if it works for me, oh well and good. So that's about it for this week. Thank you very much for watching as always, and don't forget, if you like this video, give it a like, a thumbs up, really appreciate it. If you've got any comments, suggestions, questions, anything like that, please leave me anything down below. Constructive criticism is always welcome. And yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe. So until the next time, until next week that is, I'll speak to you then. Thank you and goodbye.